that make my fingers bleed. The only strings I need are the kind that make my fingers bleed. The kind that make my fingers bleed. I don't need that sugar sweet talking, no. Save the lines for that little coffee shop. You think I need you, but honey, you need me. I'm not gonna waste my time on some old fantasy. I stand up, sit down, I touch up my crown. I walk how I want, and I talk up the town. I may love you for a little, but I'll turn it around, 'cause I'm way too up to be coming down. The only strings I need are the kind that make my fingers bleed. The only strings I need are the kind that make my fingers bleed. The kind that make my fingers bleed. You can't fight fire with a jug of gasoline. Might as well keep my picture for your memories. I stand up, sit down, I touch up my crown. I walk how I want, and I talk up the town. I may love you for a little, but I'll turn it around, 'cause I'm way too up to be coming down. The only strings I need are the kind that make my fingers bleed. The kind that make my fingers bleed. I stand up, sit down, I touch up my crown. I walk how I want, and I talk up the town. I may love you for a little, but I'll turn it around, 'cause I'm way too up to be coming down. The only strings I need are the kind that make my fingers bleed. The only strings I need are the kind that make my fingers bleed. The kind that make my fingers bleed. You've been my strength and comfort. Everything I've done is because of you. You've held my hand through it all. The love we've shared we can't undo. I don't know how to thank you enough. I hope you can guide me from above. You've been my best friend, my rock, my everything. You were there to listen, there to teach. A firm foundation placed at my feet, and I wanna say thank you, for being my best friend, being my best friend. I'll miss our morning coffee. I'll miss your sarcastic jokes. I'll miss the how are yous, the where you goings, the don't you knows. I don't know how to thank you enough. I'll hope you can guide me from above. 'Cause you've been my best friend, my rock, my everything. You were there to listen, there to teach. A firm foundation placed at my feet, and I wanna say thank you, for being my best friend, being my best friend. Heaven needed an angel, needed an angel. Forever good, only the best good. Heaven needed an angel.
Welcome to our second ever episode of Let Go in Live Music. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please feel free to share this broadcast if you would like. This series is about letting go. During the holidays, we're letting go of fear, anxiety, worry, resentment, all of that stuff. It's less about religion, but more about the physical action of prayer and what that means to us. For me, prayer is an action that I use to try to let go of a lot of these kinds of things, and also to restructure and re-enter my mind into thinking about the right things. And an action of meditation, actually, because it kind of goes hand in hand with prayer, is music. And so we're going to accompany some of this stuff with some music. I'm going to start by playing a song, guys, called Fighter, that I wrote. This song is just about exactly what the title is saying. It's about how sometimes these fears and stuff can block us, but actually it's just making us stronger. So hopefully you guys like this song. And we have a special guest today, and it's Carrie Long live. I couldn't be more excited to have Carrie on this episode with us. Carrie is such a caring person. It's probably why her name is Carrie. Caring. Okay, that joke was not funny. But honestly, Carrie is one of the most thoughtful and caring people I have come to contact with. She's just so inspirational, and she's always trying to help other people succeed, and she's just thinking of others. And I think those are qualities that are just so admirable, and things that I really want to try to be like myself. So that's what this show is all about. It's about trying to get out of ourselves and how can we help other people and create unity. So hopefully you like the song. We have, thank you so much for the super hearts. Also, we have just nicknamed Carrie to Carrying, and I like the spelling on that, Carrie. I just saw the comment. I'm cracking up. It's awesome. I love it. Carrie is such a caring person with a K. Aw, it's true though. Welcome in though, and if this is your first time on this episode, welcome even more. But I hope that you will get something out of it and just feel the unity and love. That's what this is about. So I'm going to open up with an original song. We're going to get to some cool prayers. Sometimes you're sad. Sometimes you're lonely. Sometimes you feel the best you've had wasn't all it's cracked up to be. And sometimes you glow. And sometimes you don't. And sometimes, oh, sometimes it takes a fighter. It takes pressure and a lighter to ignite the fire. Let it burn, 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 burn. Sometimes it feels too much. Sometimes it's like you're losing touch. Sometimes you gotta sprint on thin ice. There's a mountain you gotta climb. When the heavy load won't get any lighter. It's 'cause sometimes it takes a fighter. I've been thinking there's something more, and I've been trying to open that door. Feeling like I'm not, that I'm the losing count. Those voices echo in the back of my mind. Sometimes it takes a fighter. It takes pressure and a lighter to ignite the fire. Let it burn, 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 burn. Sometimes it feels too much. Sometimes it's like you're losing touch. Sometimes you gotta sprint on thin ice, or there's a mountain you gotta climb. When the heavy load won't get any lighter. fighter. It takes pressure and a lighter to ignite the fire. Let it burn, 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 burn. Sometimes you feel too much. Sometimes it's like you're losing touch. Sometimes you gotta sprint all thin ice. There's a mountain you gotta climb. When the heavy load won't get any lighter. Sometimes it takes a fighter. Yeah, that is Fighter, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. That is a song I wrote kind of more on the recent side. Let's get to our featured prayer of the day, which I'm really excited to share with you guys. It's one of my favorite prayers that I like to just kind of keep in the forefront of my mind at all times. Yeah. So the set aside prayer, that is the prayer of the day today. Thank you for loving my hat. I love you guys. And this is a prayer I like to keep in mind. It says, "Dear God, please help me set aside everything I think I know. I ask that I may have a truly open mind, so I might have a new experience with these things. Please help me see the truth. Amen." So the reason why I like to go to this prayer is because I think oftentimes through our own experiences, we can start feeling like we know something, you know? And it's important for me to remember that everybody's experiences are different and that people have valuable things to share. And that though I might think that I know something, oftentimes I'm wrong. So it's important for me to keep an open mind and listen to other people, even if I think that they might be wrong. I oftentimes find that I have new experiences and some of the things that I have felt strongly about change. So that is why I decided to choose that as a prayer to open up this broadcast. Let's go to the first prayer that was emailed to us at letgoandlivemusic@gmail.com. Kevin, this is a request. He says, "Please pray for my family as I just lost my uncle on Friday to cancer. Also for my dad who is battling cancer. Thank you very much." We will be keeping you in our prayers, Kevin. Thanks for sending us that and sharing your experience. We're definitely with you and giving big hugs right now. Looks like we also have a prayer from Matt. My prayers this week, I am busy working and need some time to rest. Oh my gosh, who doesn't feel that way? I bet you this time of year, the traffic seems like it's outrageous. I mean, it took me like an hour yesterday just to get downtown. It's just crazy. Oh, Earl. Yes. Earl sent in a request and it says, "Please put me on the prayer list for Let Go and Live. Help me keep the faith, strength, and health, body, mind, spirit, and compassion during this Christmas season and beyond. Moreover, help me with the challenges, known and unknown, I will face in 2019. I am so grateful for the many blessings bestowed upon me on this earth, but as I get older, I realize I can't do it all alone. However, several things in my life will be changing next year that I've never experienced before. I will need all of God's love to lift me up and guide me through it. Sincerely, Earl." Earl the Pearl from South Carolina. Thank you for sending that in. I am one of those people who gets so fearful about change. You know, this is another reason why I think the set aside prayer is so important, because just because you've been through something that someone else hasn't or whatnot, it doesn't mean that we know how to handle situations that come up, because they're always going to be slightly unique. So even though I might have learned how to gracefully go about some kind of challenge in my life, it doesn't mean that that's going to be the same way you will need to face it. And so I do think that going through new things and a lot of change causes fear. And I appreciate the prayer as well. Change is good, says a commenter. I am ready for another prayer. GPs. Hello, Allie. Here is a topic that will certainly ring a bell at many people. With the upcoming holidays, we all want to please our family with nice gifts and celebration. This is a beautiful tradition who comes at a price for many. May we pray for helping us to let go about that anxiety, to entrust our higher power that if we do our best about this, everything will be okay. Maybe at the end of the day, we could feel a bit more of serenity to enjoy how life is beautiful. Thank you so much and have a wonderful holiday, everyone. GP's from Montreal. I love that one. I think that's definitely something that's been on my mind. I don't know how you guys out there in this chat are feeling about the holidays, but oftentimes businesses are already starting to celebrate Christmas far before some would see it appropriate. And this broadcast actually is meant for that. It's like, to focus on the things that are important, right? It's not about the dollar signs. It's about the time that we spend with each other. So, all right, let's get to our next prayer. Yes, yesterday we celebrated Adam's 12th birthday. We praise God for his health, humor, and sensitive heart and pray for blessings for Adam today. And pray for us as our first approaches puberty in the teenage years. Oh, prayers for our Tom, our friend who just lost the love of his life to stomach cancer. We praise God for her life and the inspiration she is to our family, but pray for peace and unity as the family plans her celebration of life. We mourn with them and praise God for his faithfulness at the same time. Yes, Teresa, thank you for sending in your prayers. We're with you on both those fronts. Puberty for the teenage years, that's got to be rough. I know I was a rough one when I got to that time in my life. So I can't imagine what that's going to be like. But also the prayers for your friend Tom and the sadness that is probably overwhelming right now. I know what that's like to grieve, especially during the holidays, and it can be so tough. So my prayers are out there. We have one more final prayer that was sent in to us. This one's from James. And you guys, if you have prayers that you want featured, we're doing this series every single Sunday. And we have special guests that come on too, and they play a couple songs and they share with us a little bit. So if you want to be a part of that and just want your prayer heard, it could be lighthearted or it could be something very deep that you were going through. You could send that in to letgoandlivemusic@gmail.com. I think there's a scroll, right, that's going on bottom. So you can see that as well. But we're going to read this last prayer. It's from James, and it says, I pray that God watches over Allie in her travels over the holidays, and it be a prosperous trip with family and business. I also pray that our families may be at peace with us not living in the same state, that they learn to let go and enjoy the lives we all have. Thank you for all of the blessings you've given us and the beautiful woman you've put in my life. Grant me courage and understanding of you as I walk into the great places you're taking me. Let us serve you and others always. Amen. That's very sweet. Thanks, James, for sending in a prayer, even especially regarding my own self. It's really nice that I'm kind of praying for myself weirdly, but I appreciate that. And also, I pray for others as they're traveling through the holidays. I hope that you guys get to where you're going safely. You get to experience all the love and the happiness with your families as well. I'm just so excited during this time of year that we all get to go and experience kind of peace and food. I love food. Is there any comments from the floor of people that wanted to share anything too? I see some comments. Happy holidays from Liz. Happy holidays to you. And GP says that makes my day. Yay. Well, in this case, I'm going to send this out, this next song. This song goes out to all of you guys, but also to GPs, and also the prayer. Last week, GP sent in a prayer for his daughter and her sobriety. And so this song goes out to you and your daughter, and also just to everybody that sends in a prayer request. This song is called You're Okay. And I wrote this song because I am also sober, and I felt a lot of these feelings. It's always like we're judging other people's outsides by our insides. Like we think that because people look shiny that they're, and I'm just tell you that you're okay. So we're also getting ready to Carrie Long live. Come on here, share some stories with us, and so I'm excited. I'm a tortured soul. I never know whose hand to hold. I got no place to go, no place to call home. This way, no one gets hurt. It's easier this way. You don't have to stand up straight. Nobody needs to know your name. You don't have to go out late. You're okay, you're okay, you're okay. Hey, come and walk this way. You just got to seize the day. Hey, right here, right now, you're okay. Right here, right now, you're okay. Okay. Just because people aren't always what they claim doesn't mean you have to run away. We all get to make mistakes. It's not always gonna feel the same. Hey, come and walk this way. You just gotta seize the day. Hey, right here, right now, you're okay. Right here, right now, you're okay. Okay. Don't build your dream home out of glass. Put your hand out. Don't count your cash. Don't build your dream home out of glass. Forgive, let go. Past be the past. Hey, come and walk this way. You just gotta seize the day. Hey, right here, right now. You're okay. Right here, right now. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Thanks, y'all. That song is near and dear to me, as I wrote it from personal experience. I saw a commentary that said, "Sobriety rocks, been sober over 24 years." That is incredible. So congratulations to that. That's amazing. All right, so we have a special guest. Is Carrie ready to come on, or is she? Okay. We are getting ready to have Carrie Long live. Come on and share some persevering stories with us, and also just bring light to us. And she's amazing. So please, everybody, welcome Carrie to the show. And make sure that you're following Carrie, because if you're not, you out on such light. Oh my, look at it.
I'm here, I made it.
Welcome.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn this down on this side. Okay, there. Okay, hi everybody. What's going on?
Hang on here. How's everything going with you?
Things are good. Sorry, my Bluetooth was plugged in and it unplugged and everything, so I have to go get that. But things are good. Things are good. I'm just so excited to be on this because you like just started it and it's so fun and yeah, I'm just really pumped. So, and this is such a great idea. Seriously, like we all need this. We all need a place to just be able to come and talk about this kind of stuff and have people, you know, a part of a community. There's a lot of people that believe that don't actually go to church or don't go to temple or whatever. And so things like this to pull people together and have these experiences, it means a lot. So what you're doing is you're doing God's work. So
Thanks. Yeah, and I'm glad that you pointed that out. Like, I want to encourage, like, all faiths are welcome here. So you don't have to believe a certain thing. That's not a requirement to be a part of this or, you know, to share or some. If you don't believe in the term prayer, you can just pretend it's something else and just send in whatever you think it's called.
Totally.
Talking to the wall sign too, or talking to us. That's great. I totally accept all of those things.
The echo sounds like Shea Stadium? What's that? What's a Shea Stadium?
I have no idea.
Do tell. Okay, let me just say hi. Who's in here? I see Trevor. Hi. I see Carrie. I see NPR. What you doing in here? How are you? I see David Dunn and Jay. It is so awesome to see you guys. Oh, I just took over Allie's show on full screen.
That's what entertainers are good
at. I gotta go watch the whole. Sure. Won't miss that Carrie participation. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys for being in here and sharing. Guys, if you are already in here and you have already shared, you've already put it on Twitter, it's been about a half hour now. So if you shared it, people might have freed up in the last half hour. So feel free to retweet, reshare. Fellowships come in many ways, not just in a building. True. Yes, exactly, angels. Okay, so for my famous water bottle drinking time.
I'll join you. I got one.
Oh, that's the good stuff right there.
I killed mine.
Cheers.
I told you I'm good.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So what I really want to say is I'm just going to jump right into it, I guess. Yeah? Jump right into story time?
Yeah, story time, whatever you feel on your heart to share. I know you brought some things up. I saw in a Facebook post, though, that you brought up an awareness to mental health illness. And if you feel comfortable about sharing about that, I feel honored. It's definitely up to you. I just feel like it's such a good thing to bring awareness and education to people who might not have the resources to be able to know. So.
Right. Totally. Well, here's where I'm at with that. The water bottle drop happens once an episode too. Hold on. Why is this so pixelated on my end? Is it okay? Okay. So basically when you think about mental health and you think about, you know, people use the term so loosely, like you might be a psychopath if, and there's like all these memes going around, or drunk on the water of life. Yeah. You know, where people are like, dude, like that woman is batshit crazy. It just like everybody says it happens all the time. And it's kind of this, not the same. I don't want to trivialize what they deal with, but it's almost like using the term gay, like, oh, that's so gay. And you mean it in a negative light. And it's like, that's really horrible. So people say things like, oh, she's so crazy. She's a psycho, blah, blah, blah. And it's not funny. It's really not funny. Or people are like, oh my God, I'm
bipolar, or you're so bipolar.
Yes.
Yeah. I hear that all the time. I'm like, I'm so bipolar right now. It's like, wait.
Yeah. Or like, I'll hear people say, like, I am so OCD about cleaning my room. And it's like, no, sweetie, I don't want to be like, oh, honey. But you can't, first of all, be OCD. So you are the obsessive compulsive disorder. Mm-hmm. So it just makes no sense. And so not only that, when you've got these really serious disorders, it trivializes them when you say things like that. When everybody says, oh my God, I get so depressed here. Oh my God, like, oh, I get the worst anxiety. I've got OCD. I'm so bipolar, whatever. All those things we were just talking about, it makes it that much harder for people to take you seriously when you're coming out with having mental health issues.
True.
Now, I haven't talked about them my whole life because I didn't even know what was going on for the longest time. I only went to my first psychiatrist when I was 18, and I've been dealing with all of this stuff, you know, with professionals for 13 years now. And I want you all to know, like, that when you see those pictures of, you know, Robin Williams or other comedians or happy people, happy seeming people that look okay, that is the face of depression. That is the face of mental illness. And it's not always that way. They might be completely, you know, secluded in the corner, crying all day. But most of the time, it's not something that takes over every second of every day, but it is there. When, you know, it is there all day, but you might not be acting on it. It's like suppressing it or holding it back or just dealing, you know. I'm so autistic. I hate people saying that. Yeah. Oh, that's the same thing. Oh, that would make me angry. So this all ties in, I swear. So, you know, I really like to bring mental health awareness to people because it's so taboo. People judge you for saying it. The second they find out that you're crazy, that you've got these issues, people write you off as a different kind of person. And it's really shitty. So, sorry, I didn't mean to curse on your show, but it is. And and so I've been having, you know, these mental health issues my whole life, and sometimes it's just too much. And so what was really interesting for me was I've always believed in a higher spirit. I've always believed in like a more powerful being than, you know, than ourselves, because to me there has to be. The world can't be random. There's too many things tied in. The universe brings people together in weird ways. Like, I don't know, just to me there has to be something more. So I've believed in it, but I've never really talked to God. I've never really outwardly prayed. And so I would say about 2 or 3 months ago, you know, you guys know that I have my first child, you know, and I've got mental health issues, and that's really, really tricky to try to balance those two. So sometimes I just break down, you know, and I'll tell you that this morning I texted Allie and I said, look, it's 9 a.m. I have been crying in my bed the entire morning. And I just wanted to let you know. And she goes, you know, is anything wrong? And I'm like, nope. Just been crying in my bedroom like I do. So, you know, and again, this is the face of depression. You guys see me on here at my best. I don't come on here when I'm at my worst because I don't want you guys to see something like that if I'm not in control. If I'm in control and I'm showing you guys past clips of me, you know, like this, I want to be on the light side when I talk to you guys. I want to be on the right side of this. So, but yeah, that's basically what it is, you know, people that you see that look super happy, that have everything. If you're not getting the right things firing in your brain, if the chemistry's wrong, if the chemicals aren't, you know, if the chemicals are imbalanced or synapses aren't firing, that stuff isn't your fault. This stuff is not all in your head. It is physical. So I broke down a couple months ago and I just kneeled at my bed, and I don't know why, but I've never broken down and been that vulnerable and cried that hard. And I was looking up and I was just like, please give me strength. I'm like, I don't need you to fix my life. I don't need, you know, I know that I've got so much to be thankful for, but that pleading, I've never pleaded that hard because I wasn't getting any rest. I was working, you know, with the child all day. My husband's helping as well, of course, but we're both just like, and I found myself in a place where I could not get a second of a mental break because all night I was having nightmares about the most horrible things that could possibly happen to a human being. And then I would wake up and have those feelings all day and go back to sleep and have the exact same dreams all night. And I found that I just couldn't keep going. And when I kneeled down and I talked to God for the first time, and I'm not a super religious person, immediately he heard me. That night, I got my first full night of sleep with no nightmares, with nothing waking me. I got to wake up and feel refreshed and feel like I was ready to take on the day. I was ready to take on parenting.
Yeah, it's like a experience that you've had that's transformed kind of the insides of you. Wow. It really showed too, because now you're like, okay, I went to bed, I got to sleep, the voices in my head maybe calmed down a little bit and it wasn't so much. Yeah, I know how that
And I
definitely.
can't think of any other reason. I really can't. I had been probably, what was it, 9, 10 months of this, of literally every single night waking up in cold sweats and, and just like in terror and having these horrible images, going through my head. And to just get that one night's sleep with
Wow.
immediately upon requesting it, to have the demons leave me alone
That
for one
alone,
night.
whole picture of what you just described, it's so relatable. I think, now you're having this family and you have these thoughts in your head that can be so overwhelming. And I know what that feels like, to just feel like they won't stop. And then you're like, why is this happening? And so I'm just so grateful for, first of all, thank you for sharing such an amazing story that people can relate to, because like you said, oftentimes we're coming on here, I'm really bad at that. Like I should have more boundaries about coming on here when I'm not in a good space, but I honestly, I just like end up going live anyways, even when I'm not doing that well. And I've noticed when I do that, it's not a good idea. So
people can tell when you're in control and when you're not, and
yeah,
it's tough.
That's what I'm like, how do you have that intuition or that wisdom to know when you're like maybe not in the right space?
Well, for me, it took a long time, because when I first periscoped, if you guys could only see that first year of scopes, they got erased from all of internet history. But I did the exact same thing. Whenever I was manic, I would hop on. If I was depressed, I'd hop on. If I was crying, if I was braless, nobody cared. So, and and it was so like erratic that everything, not erotic, erratic, that everyone was like, they would poke at places that I was too vulnerable to have poked live in front of an audience. So that's when I felt so stupid so many times, and I felt so much worse getting off, that finally I was like, all right, if you crying, you're not going on. If you're like pissed off at the world and ranting, you're not going on. And it's taken a while to make myself learn those rules.
I think I got to take a little piece of advice from that and know that for myself. It's hard for me to gauge, because oftentimes I tell myself in my head, like, no matter how you think, no matter how you feel, you just got to persevere and just do it.
Right.
And then you're like, yeah, but then you get that one commenter that's like, hey, Allie, why didn't you put on lipstick today? And I'm like, because I didn't.
And you're like, why? My life is ruined. I'm ugly.
I'm like, I can't believe they would comment on me like that. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
And then you have the one person that's like, yo, if you're a psycho, you shouldn't have children. That's what I got told to me one time. And to have someone jab at your mental health as well as your parenting ability, it was just like it was too much, and I went off, and it's like I'm too vulnerable at those times,
Yes. Cyberbullying is real, and sometimes I can just see it as such. Like, it's like, well, that's just a big. You don't have to take it in internally,
right.
sorry. But then there's times, like you're saying, where you just maybe not, you weren't in the strongest space, and then you get the commenter, and you're like, you know what? I am the incredible. Yeah. I will block all of you.
And then Periscope's like, yo, low key, can you not do that?
Yeah. Hey, when you
so I have
it makes people think you're really mean. Like,
no, I got it. Bye. Okay, so I actually have a song that I'd like to play, if that's okay.
I would love for you to play 2 songs if you can.
Hold on, let me close off of this. I had Periscope open as well, so let's see if not streaming Periscope does anything. If not, then do whatever you need to do to make me look perfect.
Well, that's natural.
Okay.
All right, we are going to have Carrie come on, and she's going to share a few songs with us. Looks like some of the comments, Moco Choco, Maddie, who is in Austin, Texas, commented that he misses those Busker shows, which, if y'all don't know what that is, it's an old app that well, it's not that old, but it was an app that we used to be on. And actually, it was one of the first apps that I started live streaming on. And we would do lots of fun stuff. Carrie hosted a lot of shows, which she still does on Periscope, host shows, but she hosted a lot of shows that were just so entertaining and hilarious, and great content. Carrie also went to Berklee College of Music, guys. She's super talented. She can play the piano. She can sing. She writes songs. She covers songs. But it's admirable. So I'm excited. She's going to share her music with us and our content. But I those Busker days too. It was hilarious. We got another comment. Busker was pretty good. Yeah, sure was. Let's bring Carrie back on. Share some tunes.
Hi guys. Sorry I'm such a little pixel pickle. I don't mean to. Okay, so the song that I would like to sing for you guys. Wait, why am I hearing myself? Okay. All right. So, if you guys don't already know, I adore Sia. And I think she's the best songwriter of the decade, minus, of course, the ones that are on Periscope. You know, the Ali Seelys and the Claire Means and all that, you know. Second to that. So, so I want to sing you guys a song that's called Big Girls Cry. And I'm telling you, every time that I'm like super sad, I just throw this baby on and cry to it and I'm good. So I think this is really accurate, because big girls do cry when their hearts are breaking. So here we go. The chords might be a little funky because I don't do this one much, but here we go. Let's do it. Tough girl in the fast lane. No time for love. No time for hate. No drama. No time for games. Tough girl whose soul aches. I'm home on my own. Check my phone. Nothing though, act busy, ordering, pay TV, it's agony. I may cry, ruining my makeup, wash away all the things you've taken. I don't care if I don't look pretty. Big girls cry when their hearts are breaking. Big girls cry when their hearts are breaking. Big girls cry when their hearts are breaking. Tough girl, I'm in pain. It's lonely at the top, blackouts and airplanes, and I still pour you a glass of champagne. Tough girl, whose soul aches. I'm home on my own. Check my phone, nothing though. Act busy, ordering, pay TV, it's agony. Oh, I may cry, ruining my makeup. Wash away all the things you've taken. And I don't care if I don't look pretty. Big girls cry when their hearts are breaking. Big girls cry when their hearts are breaking. Big girls cry when their hearts are breaking. I wake up, 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 wake up, I wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, I wake up, I wake up alone. I may cry, ruining my
Yes. Wow. That was incredible. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. I just Googled the lyrics to that song after you were playing it. I'm like, wow, I don't know if I've ever heard that song like that. I mean, attentively, like, whoa, that's a great song.
Yeah, I didn't know it was so great either because I was always over there listening to Chandelier and Elastic Heart, and all of a sudden I was like, damn, she got some soul, and that's when I really are some some deep feelings there, and that's when I started to realize I'm like, yo, this girl has been through a lot of the same stuff, and so yeah, when I listened to those lyrics the first time, I was like, dang, so I really love those lyrics. It's like an honor to even cover her music because it's so amazing. So, but yeah, anyway, so that's Big Girls Cry by Sia.
Yeah, sorry, I missed what you just said.
Oh, I just said that was Big Girls Cry by Sia.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was like, I'm Googling these lyrics. It's so good. But your voice sounded so beautiful on it, but also the chords sounded good too. You were like, said something about the chords before the song, and I was like, yeah, that sounds good. I can do that.
No, I appreciate that because when I'm first starting, I don't have like a groove. I'm just kind of playing a skeleton of it. So like when we first start, it's always like, tough girl, just like one chord at a time, and then finally you're like, you know what I mean? You can like add some stuff to it.
It's awesome. Yeah, much as.
I actually had a troll come on here and tell me that I sucked at piano and that I needed to take more piano lessons. So,
who said that?
I don't know, some troll who was like, yo, he literally, I was playing a Billy Joel or an Elton John song, and he was like, yo, you don't sound like Elton John. And I was like, damn it, I'm not Elton John. I thought I was. And then he was like, yo, you need to really work on that piano. And I'm like, get over here and do it for me, because I don't. So anyway, that's what happens if I'm vulnerable.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes these commenters, and I'll be like, oh man.
I know. And then you like realize
deprecating thoughts as it is.
You're like, I really don't need you to say the same shit going on in my head all the time.
Yeah. Oh my lord. I appreciate the love and support, trolls. I really do.
Yeah, you know what though? They're missing some love. So like whenever you do see a troll, if you can, don't feed them, don't get them riled up. Just give them a hug. Be like, you seem like you need a hug, and I hope you have the merriest of holidays. And that's all you can do. What can they really say?
I actually saw a broadcast from, I think it was, oh man, I'm totally missing it, but it was somebody who has like a large hater following, like a comedian, and I can't remember who it was, but he said,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
You do? When he said that actually the haters support you more than your supporters. Something like that.
That's true.
When you can welcome the haters, now we look at it in a totally different, this is all about perspective. See, that's the thing about life. It's like we can look at it like the glass is always half empty, but actually I think we should congratulate our haters for being so supportive.
Yeah, I know, right? Broadcast, man.
Frank just said.
That's really funny. What was that last thing you just said?
Frank just said, I hate you both.
Thanks, Frank. Oh man, that's the support I need.
Guy, it's so hilarious.
Okay, did you want a second song, or was one enough?
Please do a second song. Okay. If you feel like you want to. I don't want to pressure anybody into doing anything, so, but.
Man, I hate playing music and going live.
Right.
So, here we go. You guys are going to know what it is, like, immediately. So, you know what? Let's turn this on. There we go. What is it? I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this, the fourth but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. And she tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throat and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. You know, I used to live alone before I knew you. And I've seen your flag on a marble arch, but love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah, hallelujah. There was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never show that to me, do you? But remember when I moved in you, the holy dove was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah. 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 One more, guys. Maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
I'm bowing down to thee.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. Man.
Why do I look like a fish or something?
I really like it. All right. That's the way I'm doing it. Thank you so much, Carrie. Caring, I should say. I adore you. Bits in pieces. You are so important to me. I hope you know. And I just messaged Carrie the other day, and I was serious when I told her, like, she has been such an amazing person in my life. When I first lost Grandpa, Carrie was one of the first people I ever saw in live, and I had no idea what to expect. And I was really sad, and I was alone a lot. I spent a lot of time, like hours and hours. I know it makes me actually almost cry saying this, but I would go into Carrie's broadcast, and because she was in onesies and doing funny twerking videos or all these, like, it gave me that time to laugh when I needed it the most. And that's like what a real entertainer does, you know? So, man, I can't thank you enough. It really comes from the bottom of my heart. Just even the friendship that we've gotten to have. I hope you really know, like, how much you mean to me and just how grateful I am. So
you are gonna make me cry again, girl. I'm gonna ugly cry. No, I mean, it's just amazing to know that something that you do can really leave, can leave an impression on people. And I remember finding out that you were coming over to Busker because the guys were like, hey, we got this brand new musician girl coming over and we're super excited about her. And I remember seeing you and being like, oh, this is the girl. And you were so sweet and nice, and like everybody just fell in love with you. And, I had no idea that you were going through such a rough time in your life. And to be able to throw on some onesies and bring smiles to people's face, like, that's the dream, man. So,
I mean, it's much more than that too. You're just so welcoming, and you're in each people, in each person's life. You know, you touch people, you have an impact. That's something that people really like don't
Sorry, that was awkward.
I don't know if I use the right verbiage. Touching people could be used lots of very bad, but that's not how I meant it, of course. So
no, this is completely G-rated. We're talking about God, guys. All right. So,
yeah.
but in all seriousness, before I go, I just have to say, I know that it sounds like we're just gushing on each other, but you are such a sweetheart, so talented. Your songwriting is so real, and it's so touching because it's from the heart, and you can tell that these are real experiences, and it's terrifying to open up and share that vulnerability with people. And the fact that you do, and that you bring so much joy with your music, you know, it's just it just goes to show how much of an impression people can really have on people. So and what you're doing here, you know, every week with this the Let Go and live music is just the prayers and having a community to go to. You have no idea. When I was at my worst and I was crying at home for 11 hours a day because, you know, my husband worked and I was too depressed to be around people, you know, I would put on Busker, you know, and I would watch stuff. It would actually get me excited to know that there was a community of people that I would get to talk to at 11 a.m. You know what I mean? To know that there was a show that I would get to communicate, I would get to engage with people. And it was like the only interactions I had. So at that time. So I know what you mean. And it really means a lot, you know, for you to be putting together something like this. So thank you.
Thanks for being a part of it, Carrie. I'm excited to talk to you really soon, and hopefully we'll be able to hang out and get tacos because we've been talking about that for a while.
Oh, we got to get so many tacos.
Yes.
We'll go to Taco Bell and we'll just get like 48 tacos and we'll just take them all home and eat them all. It's going to be great.
I'm down with that. I can really eat a
all
lot
right.
of tacos.
Me too, girl. I will take you on. Let's do like a live streaming taco competition.
Awesome.
All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Thank you again. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Sounds good. I'll be in the chat.
Okay. Thanks so much, you guys, for tuning in. This has been an awesome, awesome day. And I just want to say thank you again to Carrie Long for coming on here and sharing amazing experiences about her own self, personal things that are so helpful, I feel, to let people know, you know, you're not alone. Just a friendly reminder, this show is welcome to all faiths, all people, all anything. This is not an exclusive type of show at all. If you don't believe in prayer, you can call it something else. We're happy to just put it out into the universe for you. So I just wanted to remind you on that. So if you have something you want to send in to us, please do so. The link is on the bottom of the scroll. So letgoandlivemusic@gmail.com. We have one last little thing that I'd like to end the show with, and that is the Sanskrit proverb. So if we want to get that up on the screen, we will happily remind each other about what it's like to live in the moment. It says, "Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the realities and verities of existence, the bliss of growth, the splendor of action, the glory of power. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day." Thanks again for tuning in, you guys. I'm so excited to be having this show every Sunday. It is at 12 p.m. Central Time, which means it's 10 a.m. Pacific Time, which Carrie was on. And then it's 1 p.m. if you're Eastern Time. So thank you for tuning in and sharing with your friends. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Let Go and Live Music. And I'm your host, Allie. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. See you later.